In this video, we're going to look at using JSONata in Node-RED and Prescient Designer. In IIoT and many of today's systems, the default data format is JSON. And JSONata is used to extract information inside JSON structure. So it is very, very useful. It is something that is worth learning for Node-RED and Prescient Designer. JSONata is also very, very powerful. There's lots of advanced features. You can go to the JSONata webpage here, jsonata.org, then click on the documentation page. And this is all the capabilities of JSONata. Today, we're just gonna go through some simple JSONata use cases inside Node-RED. So I'll go to this window, which is Prescient Designer. And I'm gonna grab a inject node as a data source. So let's say that we'll make payload to be maybe a number, call it 25, assuming this is 25 degrees C. We don't need the topic here. Let's say okay. And now I'm gonna take the change node. So the change node is where JSONata is very, very useful. So I'm going to connect that. And I'm going to also add a debug node so that we can see the output of the change node. Instead of message payload, I'm going to display the entire message object because we're going to do a few experiments here. Okay, so this is a basic structure. And now the change node is really one of my favorite nodes because it's very easy to format data in the change node. In many cases, I can avoid using the function node because once you use a function node, it can get pretty complicated, pretty hard for you or even other people to understand what a function node does. So here for the change node, you're just adding rules one after another, and it's very easy to see what are the different data formatting functions you do. So here, you know how to use the change node by setting message.payload, for example, to a string, a number, Boolean, etc., etc. But if you want to do some simple math or simple logic, really the only way to do it is through the JSONata expression. So let's say the first thing we do is simple math. So for JSONata, you can do simple math like plus, minus, multiply, subtract, modulo, and not very fancy stuff, but enough to do data formatting for many use cases. So here I'm gonna do message payload. I'm gonna convert the message payload from Celsius to Fahrenheit. So message payload, I'll use a different value here, property here, just so that we don't get confused on what we're doing. So let's call it message.tempf. And so that's going to equal to message.payload, means just JSONata. You don't have to do message dot, just payload represents the property message.payload. So to convert from C to F, we do payload times 9 divided by 5, and we add an offset of 32 degrees C to it. So this is a simple math expression here. Click on done, deploy. And now if I click on the this node here, you can see that we're getting the payload is 25, but the temp F is 77 degrees F. So now, this is simple math. The next thing we do is a if statement. So let's add another condition. Let's call it message.alert, okay? So again, let's say if we wanted to set alert if the temperature exceeds something, right? So in this case, we use the JSONata to do that. The way to do that is you do this expression, some of them will recognize. So let's say temp f is greater than what we have. We have 77. So maybe we say it's greater than 75. Then, if it is greater than 75, then message alert equals to maybe high temperature. If it's less than 75, then let's set it to be low. Okay. So this is if then else statement in JSONata. So say done, gonna deploy. Hit the inject button. Let's see. So alert now is high because 77 is greater than 75. If you just wanted to do a if then without the else, you can do that. So you can just delete this part for just the if then statement. Okay, the next thing we'll do is a append to a array. So arrays are pretty useful, and sometimes you may have array coming in, or you have a existing array, but you're adding additional elements to it. So let's call it array concat or something. Concat. Okay. So here JSONata. So I don't have any input. That's really array. But what I can, assuming that say we have the existing array, which let's put some numbers in there. 80, 66, 55. So to concatenate, what you do is you do append, say the tempf to this array here. Okay. So you can also look at your expression here. If you have a complex expression that extends into multiple lines, this is very easy to format the expression. You can even, let Node-RED to format it for you. So say done. Now done, deploy. Let's hit the inject button. And this is the output. So you can say we got an array where the 77 is inserted into the existing array that had 3 elements there. So that's working with array. The next thing we can do is maybe to concatenate two strings. So let's say set message dot string str concat. In this case, obviously it's not array, so you're not appending a array here. Instead, let's assume we have two arrays, right? So we would say, hello. The next one we're gonna do is to show how to work with context variables in JSONata. Obviously, if you, let's call this message context text maybe. And if you just wanted to load a context variable's value, you can use the global dot for the global context variable and flow dot for the flow context variable. But if you wanted to use the context variable in an expression, now you wanted to go to the JSONata, right? So for the JSONata, you want to do $sign global context. That gives you access to the global context variables. Now let's go to our context data to see what's available. So in the context data, one very useful built-in global context variable It's called devices in use, which gives you all the devices you're using in your flow. So here we just do the first parameter is devices in use. Make sure I type that correctly. And there's optional second parameter that specifies where this context variable comes from. So if the context variable is stored in memory only, then you don't need the second parameter. But if it's stored in file, then you have to specify that. So that would get get us the devices in use context variable. So let's do a deploy. And go to the debug sidebar, hit the inject button. And let's see if we get the context. Okay, so you can see that we get the devices in use here. And for each device, we get a bunch of properties here. Now, one way to use this is, for example, if I wanted just to know to get a list of the device names, right? Instead of the whole JSON structure, like what I can do is I can do $keys. That would extract the keys of the devices in use context variable, which is also a JSON object. So I say done, deploy. And let me erase this so that it's clean. Hit the inject button. And now let's see what we get. So for the context test, you notice now it's no longer a JSON object, it's a JSON array. So the array has 5 elements, and those are the names of my devices. So I think this gives you a sense of what JSONata can do. Can obviously do a lot more, and you can dig into it. Fairly, it's fairly complex, query language and very powerful. But at least for simple things, you can use it to format data without resorting to a function node.